According to Hajia Dankabo, the organization will be in the state for a 3-day workshop to provide technical support that will help understand the context of what gender issues are.
We received this call to say, please provide technical support for the development of gender policy. We see it as a declaration of the state to deliver gender-responsive public services, which is the trust we envy every state government to take on, because it is an intention declared that the government is willing to deliver services to everyone irrespective of gender, sex, race, and whatever.
Special Advisor to Governor Akeredolu on Gender, Olamide Falana, said the 3-day workshop will serve as an eye-opener for concerned individuals towards promoting gender-related policies and issues.
We have currently an agency against gender-based violence, Osrc. The agency is well funded to ensure that the response of the state to gender-based violence is not only in words but in action. Action that's also implemented because we have the funding to back it up. And we all know as development professionals that when there is a policies trust of government without requisite funding backup, it is just mere words on paper. But then in those states, I can assure you that what we have is not words on paper, but what we have is words matched with action.
While noting the importance of women and the girl child in societal development, Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, represented by his Chief of Staff Olugbenga Ali, appreciated the team for the visit and his commitment towards developing the women and the girl child in the state.
Our governor is somebody who gives priority to gender issues. In fact, he has no option, because the First Lady will always put pressure and demand for what is due for our women. Our activities at Apostle, the First Lady in the States, is also to shoulder issues of gender balancing, and making sure that our girls, the women folk, get what is due to them all the time. So, as far as this is concerned, everything that borders on gender issues receives adequate attention.
He assured them of his government support while restating his passion to promote overall development of the state and its people. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu has reaffirmed her commitment to the welfare and well-being of women and the girl child in Ondo State. She made her affirmation known when she was awarded by the National Parent Teachers Association of Nigeria Ondo State chapter for her role in safeguarding the future of the girl child. Omorala Ogbenji reports that the governor's wife said the recognition will spur her to do more.
The Ondo State chapter of the National Parents Teachers Association of Nigeria organized this Role Model Award and investiture ceremony to celebrate and recognize those who have contributed immensely to the promotion of education in the state. Welcoming dignitaries to the event, State Chairman of the association, who is also the National Vice Chairman, Abimbola Omoloja, lauded Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu for providing an enabling environment for education to thrive. According to him, the recipients of the award are those who have made indelible mark in the education system of the state, especially in the areas of girl child development, which the wife of the governor, Mrs. Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu, has invested in.
We want students to know that they should study, that great men are not made, but they worked for it.
It's a chain of victory. They are not a chain of victory.
Responding on behalf of the awardees, the governor's wife reassured people of the state of her continued efforts at impacting the society.
It is proper, and it shows that you recognize what we have done and what we are doing and what we're about doing. So it's a continuous process. When when you appreciate the role of individuals in the society, in making the society better, those individuals, they are bound to do more.
Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu reiterated her commitment to the cause of advancing and nurturing the girl child.
We must strategically build a new generation of women through our girls by raising them differently, and that's exactly what we're doing with the More Empowered Foundation. Another batch will resume by August. If you're not aware, be aware now that a revolution is starting in Ondo State.
Some attendees also eulogized the virtue of Mrs. Anyanwu Akeredolu, saying she deserved the honor done her.
She is the crusader of a Be More initiative, and she encouraged women in politics. And you can see she funded a cancer eradication program. A lot has been done by her.
Talk of the children, care for them. Talk of those who are not having internet again. You know, she do care for them. All this program I've been hearing of it. Fortunately enough, I have somebody beside me that enjoy from this program.
Others honored at the events include the Olowo of Owo, Oba Ajibade Ogunwoye, as the royal grand patron, Olowo of Igbaraoke, Oba Adefara Komi Agbede, royal patron and gold card member, secretary to the state government, Oladuni Odu, as educational planning and administration, and Afe Olowokere as educational philanthropy. Omoriola Humbiji, Osrc News.
One of the biggest quarry companies in Nigeria, Water Investment Limited, has been sealed off by the Ondo State government for failure to remit taxes. The business outfit was accused of owing the state 270 million naira and had refused to respond to several notices from the state's Internal Revenue Service. Omoriola Ugbenji again reports that the company is among 3 others sealed up in Odigbo local government area of Ondo State for non-tax remittance.
Business outfits affected by the enforcement are Water Investment Limited, Ajiwobo Sawmill, and a fuel station, Optimal Energy. Officials of the Ondo State Internal Revenue Service, ODIRS, arrived at the premises of Water Investment Limited in Costain, one of the biggest quarry companies in Nigeria, served the representative of the company warrant authorizing the agency to carry out its responsibility. Trouble started when an official of the Nigeria Army guarding the outfits challenged the team of the ODIRS, saying they had no right to seal up the company while still inside the premises. Normalcy, however, returned after a lengthy conversation between the military personnel and the team. Leader of the team, who is also the head of legal department of Ondo State Internal Revenue Service, Adebayo Ogunshuyi, confirmed the company's refusal to respond to invitations from the agency. According to Mr. Ogunshuyi, the agency acted in accordance with an order by the Ondo State High Court, headed by the Chief Judge, Justice Williams Akintoroye, on the 18th of May 2022.
Woda Quarry Company is one of the biggest quarry company in Nigeria, and they are owing the Ondo State government a princely sum of 217 million in various tax, and they have refused to pay. We served them the first notice, they didn't honor it. We served them the second notice, they didn't honor it. We invited them to our office to come and supply us with information and documents to establish their tax compliance. They didn't answer us, so we served them the notice of assessment. Thereafter, we served them demand notice. They didn't honor it again. Thereafter, we now went to court. The court gave us an order to come and seal up these premises for default in payment of tax. So
the team also sealed off Ajiwobo Sawmill and Optimal Fuel Station along Biniore Expressway for failure to remit taxes to the government of Ondo State.
They will have to come to our office to come and settle their tax liability, and thereafter we'll go to court for the court to lift that order.
The affected outfits are expected to visit the agency's headquarters for rectification. Omoriola Humbeji, Osrc News.
The two sides to the Lado chieftaincy controversy are yet to agree on the way out of the crisis caused by the removal of the Olu Chief Kayode Ajomole. His removal was ordered by the Deji of Akure Obalade Toyin Lucy, who claimed it was in accordance with the power vested in him as the paramount ruler of Akure Kingdom. On the other hand, the chairman Akure North Local Government Area, Bankole Ogbosetore, faulted the action, saying the monarch lacks the power to remove the head of the community outside his domain. Osrc's reporter Richard Ilesami has details.
An agrarian Lado Igbatoro community in Akure North Local Government Area of Ondo State was recently in the news following the removal of the Olu of the community, Chief Kayode Ajomole, by the DG of Akure Obalade Toyin Lucy. The DG had removed Chief Ajomole installed 35 years ago and replaced him with Chief Ifedayo Afelumo. It was a development that generated instant reactions from the authority of Akure North Local Government Council. The council chairman, Mr. Bankole Ogbosetore, said the division of Akure into two local governments has made Akure North a different entity of which the DG has no control.
I don't know why DG of Akure will now leave his own areas of jurisdiction and now come back and come to Akure North to come and install another Olu, whereby crisis is being emanated each time that one was done.
But the DG of Balade Lucy has defended this action, claiming that the removal of Chief Ajomole as the Olu of Lado Igbatoro and his replacement with Chief Afelumo was within his traditional power as the paramount ruler of Akure Kingdom. The monarch, who spoke through the Odopetu of Akure High Chief Olufemi Bello, said apart from court judgments that sanction such power, his paramountcy is backed by a circular from the Ondo State government dated January 16, 2007.
It is therefore laughable that Chairman of Akure North will dabble into a matter that has been activated as to determine who should be and should be not, thereby considering himself as a court of law. It is just expected that the council chairman, rather than try to create confusion, should take a bold step and summon courage to speak truth to those who claim ignorance of the law in this matter.
Telling Osrc his own side of the story, the purported deposed Olu Chief Ajomole said the allegation of gross misconduct leveled against him by the family is baseless, adding that the DG acted arbitrarily. He claims that the bifurcation of Akure has taken the political and traditional administration of Akure North away from the jurisdiction of Obalade Lucy, and therefore lacks the right to appoint or remove minor chiefs in Akure North.
The DG said he has disposed me as the Olu of Ilado. I see that statement as uncivilized statement, very, very barbaric, unprogressive, deteriorating statement, because the allegation he held against me is not found in anywhere. In the recent, there's nothing like paramount ruler. He is only an Oba. He has no paramountcy to cut across to any other government.
Osrc also spoke with Chief Afelumo, the Olu of Ilado installed by the DG, who said the family petitioned the monarch to remove his predecessor because of his alleged high-handedness and conduct impeding the development of the community.
Even ìgbà tá a kégbé lọ sọ́dọ̀ Déjì wá fún ní èyí à wípé gbogbo nǹkan tí àwọn ìlú ẹ̀ ń sọ ẹ̀ àti àwọn fámìlì ẹ̀ wípé kó lọ ṣàtúnṣe wípé tó bá ti ṣàtúnṣe fún ọdún kan o pé òun gan agbègbèsẹ̀ láti yọ bẹ̀tì sí ẹ̀ oní tiẹ̀ ló ń sọ Ọlákùrẹ́ náà tí lòun ti wá oní Déjì ò lágbára lóhun lórí.
As the chieftaincy tussle continues to raise doors, it is only a matter of time to know which side is justified. Richard Ilesami, Osrc News.
Drug abuse continues to wreak havoc on society as it comes with very mental and health challenges on individuals who indulge in it. As the world marked the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, Joy Pius x-rays the menace of substance abuse and the interventions to curtail its pains.
The misuse of substances such as alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, cannabis, inhalants, among other drugs, is a rising menace in the world, Nigeria inclusive. According to a report by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes, around 275 million people use drugs worldwide in the last year, while over 36 million people suffered from drug use disorders. The National Drug Use Survey in 2018 revealed that in Nigeria there are around 14.3 million drug users, of which close to 3 million suffered from a drug use disorder. Drug abuse, according to health experts, can contribute to harmful short and long-term health risks, which can result to memory loss and social problems. In Akure, a clinical psychologist, Evelyn Onibi, highlighted some of the factors responsible for drug abuse and measures to stamp out the menace from society.
Some people, they grow up to be we call them the anxious and the fearful, so that they will be bold, so that they will be able to face life. Sometimes they go into substance abuse. So it simply means they cannot handle stress. They can't handle failure. And you see that at the end of the day, maybe when they fail or whatever, they go into substance abuse. So I discovered that a lot of people, they have reasons. Don't just say, leave it. Why can't we go deep down and find out the reasons, the factors why people are going into it and begin to address them?
The Ondo State Commander, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Mr. Kayode Raji, noted that the agency is on the forefront of a fight against drug abuse and illicit drug trafficking in the state. He assured that the agency is addressing the challenge in Ondo State despite the constraints.
Between June 2021 and May 2022, we've seized over 30 tons, that's 30,000 kilograms of assorted drugs. And of course, we have arrested quite a number of suspects. In the period under review, 294 suspects were arrested. We go to schools to teach the students drug abuse is evil. Don't even try it. For those who have not started, and for those who have started, we teach them what we call coping skill, how to get out of the quagmire and live a normal life. And for those who are already destroyed by these drugs, who are already dependent on the drugs, we have a rehabilitation center.
The Chief Medical Director, Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Akure, Dr. Akinwumi Akinoye, emphasized the negative impact of the use of illicit drugs and advised the public to exercise caution.
The number of individuals coming down with mental health problems as a result of the use of these substances keep rising in recent time. Have not less than 70% of the male patients in our facility at Neuropsychiatric Hospital Akure who have come down with mental health problems are obviously associated with the use of these different types of psychoactive substances.
The call from experts around the world is a deliberate and continued advocacy to disabuse the mind of those caught in the web of drug abuse, particularly the youth population. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
Federal local government in Ondo State, Mr. Alex Oladimeji, has commissioned 4 laptop shops in Ikpogun and renovated the youth event center in Ijare in the council area. Bisola Aluko reports that the event drew traditional rulers in the community, residents and political stakeholders. The report is presented from our studio. The construction of the 4 locked-up shops at Ikpogun was to boost economic well-being of the residents, which informed the people's excitement when the local government authority came to commission the project. In his speech, Chairman of Ifedore, Alex Oladimeji, said his administration is out to ensure the people's welfare. He itemized the projects that have been done by the local government. He urged residents to maintain and make judicious use of the project.
Fún àǹfààní gbogbo ará ìlú náà ni ṣe rí pé a lọ ṣe sí ẹgbẹ́ hall ní Ìpógun tí wọ́n bá ti ń lo kínní ó lè kéré òwò ẹ jẹ́ ká tún ṣe nǹkan tó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí nǹkan ìjọba ni pé wọ́n bá ti ṣe sílẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn wọn ní túnṣe wọ́n á filẹ̀ títí tó máa tún fi bàjẹ́ ẹ̀yin lẹ máa ń lo àní máa wá síbí ní gbogbo ìgbà.
The Adapogun of Ikpogun, Oba Raphael Oje, who applauded the chairman for the gesture, urged the residents to maintain the property as it would go a long way in boosting trade and commerce in the community.
This shopping complex will improve the well-being of our women because they'll be trading here, and people. The topography of this place is very good for trading, so we know it will bring some developments in the town.
Paul Lock Shop was open today with our Almighty God. It's one of our achievements in this community.
The team moved to Ijare for the commissioning of the Youth Event Center, which was renovated after years of abandonment.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
The chairman, who appreciated the people for their support, urged them to maintain the edifice.
We did the commissioning of the lockup in Ipogun. We did the commissioning of this hall here, and before this hall, if you see it, is habitated by sheep, goat, and others, and we are able to fix this car to a standard for the use of the vice chairman.
The engineer in charge of the renovation, Kayode Oguntimehin, said it is imperative to reconstruct the hall for the use of the community.
Yeah, for people are coming here to defecate inside, so everywhere overgrown by bush, smelly. So the chairman then said we should make it one of our priority projects. Then, thank God, the project was approved from Akure, and the result is what we are seeing today.
The regent of Ijare, Joseph Omoshebi, alongside his traditional chiefs, were thankful for the project.
That is very, very bad to use. We already missed that place at Ijare here because a lot of programs that has been, so to be there, that is not, we couldn't able to do it over there. So we really thank God. We appreciate it.
Residents were implored to be security conscious in this present time and get their PVC ahead of the 2023 general elections. Amid the vicissitudes of life, while some strive for attention, few dare existential barriers for intention to make a difference on the global space. One of those rare gems is the wife of a prominent chief in our town, Mrs. Remilekun Bidapo, whose value addition to societal development has been recognized by the platform Hero Magazine International, which bestowed Ondo State Female Role Model Award on her. Joy Pius again reports that this year's award is the 10th in the series of Ondo State Female Role Models Award by Hero Magazine International.
The Ondo State Outstanding Leadership Award platform was conceived 15 years ago by the Hero Magazine International to celebrate excellence and honor notable men and women of Ondo State who have left indelible mark on the sand of time. Notable among the dignitaries present at the ceremony is the Ondo State Governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, who was represented by his special advisor on union matters and special duties, Dari Aragbaye. In his welcome address to guests at the 2022 Ondo State Female Role Model Award platform, which has been hosted since 2012, the organizer and publisher of Hero Magazine International, Mr. Sunday Akimbiola, while congratulating the awardees for being worthy ambassadors, said they were chosen following the standards they have set in their communities, the state and beyond.
This noble award platform does annually seek to celebrate excellence, positive personal accomplishments, and to encourage Ondo State men and women, either by birth, marriage, or naturalization, and those who through their service have positively impacted and stood out in their chosen profession to continue to soar higher and contribute their quota towards the development of our dear Ondo State.
Wife of the Are Atuluche of Owo, Mrs. Remilekun Ibidapo, alongside 7 others, were conferred with the Female Role Model Award of the year 2022.
Congratulations, my dear sister.
Chairman on the occasion, the Are Atuluche of Owo, Prince Rotimi Ibidapo, represented by the Oliyire of Iyire Owo, Alaba Adaku, lauded the organizer of the program for creating a platform to recognize deserving individuals in Ondo State.
It's an avenue to showcase our women of high esteem and virtuous women, and thus I use that medium to challenge the organizers to please create an avenue where the younger ones, the youth, will also be captured.
One of the distinguished, Mrs. Remilekun Ibidapo, a USA-based business tycoon, thanked the organizers of the program for finding her worthy and strengthened the call for training of the girl child.
This award will make me to do more to mankind. We advise all the women to try to train their children, to give them good education, and at the same time to believe that what men can do, women can also do it.
High point of the event was the unveiling of the special edition of the Hero magazine by the Governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
And that concludes Sunshine Report. Thank you so much for your time. Good afternoon.